city is an independent country within the borders of Italy. For billions of Christians around the world, it's the religious capital, home to the Pope, and holds a special place since it was built around the 1st century on the grave of the first Pope, Saint Peter, the disciple of Jesus. Entry to the museum is a bit confusing, so it is really advisable to book a guided tour, so we really had just to follow the tour guide. Also, it is really advantageous to book a tour to avoid lining up to buy an entrance ticket to the museum. Just like these visitors, notice the long queue. After we gained entrance to the museum, we waited at the general area and waited for our tour guide to get our individual entry ticket. We then followed our tour guide to enter the museum. We need to go through the security and scan our bags through the metal detector. Our tour guide then gave us a short briefing and overview of the museum, and we were provided with audio. Our first stop was the Vatican Gardens, a beautiful complex with landscape of forests, medieval monuments, sculptures, and vast greeneries. Spanning 57 hectares, it is a large green oasis which was initially an exclusive papal space with an orchard, meadow, and garden enclosed by walls, offering unparalleled views of St. Peter's Basilica and the surrounding cityscapes. The Vatican Museum is home to a collection of roughly 70,000 works of art, including some of the most prominent sculptures and Renaissance paintings, which have been amassed by the Catholic Church and the papacy over the centuries. Of these, only 20,000 are on display. The Vatican Museums host the most important and largest collection in the world, which include masterpieces of antiquity from Egypt to Greece to Rome, from early Christian and medieval art to the Renaissance, from the 17th century to contemporary arts. Please note, there is a dress code here. You need to have your knees and shoulders covered. The museum is really full of visitors. No wonder it welcomes 6 million visitors every year. The museum is a treasury of modern architecture dating back to ancient Rome, featuring all-star list of some of the greatest artists known to mankind, such as Raphael, Michelangelo, Battista, and Bernini, to name a few. It has 54 galleries and are a real feast of the eyes on the most famous collections of sculptures and admire the frescoes of famous artists of all time. Persons with disabilities are given priority access and facilities to visit the museum and the Sistine Chapel. Unfortunately, you can take photos at the Sistine Chapel. JV, however, managed to take a sneak peek from our camera, so we only took photos at the other parts of the museum. The Sistine Chapel's walls and ceilings are decorated with frescoes and extensive collections of Renaissance art painted by some of the world's most famous artists. It is made up of a series of frescoes centered around several scenes from the Old Testament. A fresco is when an artist uses a wall as their canvas. The Sistine Chapel is one of Vatican's proudest features, set in the confines of the Vatican City's ancient backdrop. This amazing spiral ramp is multi-level going to the exit. In my case, we were guided to go down through an elevator to the ground floor.